Alright, hello again, this is Malcosa, and this is episode 6 of the ManuFactory. We've just been upstairs doing some clearing and chopping down some trees and doing some farming, slept through the night, so we're basically good to go. As you can see, I created a little bit of a gazebo on top of here just to keep us from getting wet while it rains. First thing, sorry for the delay between episodes. It seems we got an update to FTB Ultimate. We're now on version 1.1.2 of the client. So I had to validate my client, ensure that we had no issues with our world before continuing. A couple of notes says client has resolved our issue with GregTech, so yay. But I did have to reinstall Optifine, Raise Minimap, and Tree Capitator. We didn't lose anything, so that's good. Also, Bibliocraft has a fix when Optifine is installed, so look in the Bibliocraft config file to enable that fix. Other than that, most of the fixes look good, and most of them are internal mod patches and additional items, which are well above our current abilities, so for us, no change. One thing I did do is lock NEI into utility mode, as you can see. So no ability to cheat. So yay, that's good. We also did a fair amount of mining, as you can see if we change to the cave map. We've cleared out all of the strip mining that our turtles did and gathered all the resources we could from that. Got a fair amount of metals and lead ingots and some forcium and some brick, which I'm going to grab right now. Create some very quick bricks. And then we're going to create some brick furnaces. Although I don't need that many. Oh, yeah. There we go. No? Can we? Yes. Good. Okay, so there's our last bit of brick furnaces. And there we go. Good. Excellent. As you can see, we've also expanded our ore processing a little bit to include an additional powered furnace and some more hoppers, and reconfigured it a little bit better so that we can fuel it. It's obviously ran out of fuel. And there's the sand we were cooking up, so that's good. One of the first things I want to do is we've got enough gunpowder, so I'm just gonna, in the process of creating some TNT, as I recall. TNT looks like this. We're going to use this TNT later, but for now 4 is good enough. So we'll just put this away, put bricks away, put gravel away, and so on. So right now what's really holding us back, however, is a compressor, because we're running GregTech. The only way to get iron and diamond blocks is with a compressor. So that means we need to harvest more rubber and find some more copper, which we are sorely lacking in copper, and it's because I am mining well below the area that copper shows up in, which is evidently anywhere between layers 45 and 55. So I'll be right back when we have more rubber and find some more copper. Okay, we're back, just finishing up harvesting some rubber. Usually the way I do this, I had a fair amount of surplus bone meal. So in this case, all I was doing is planting a sapling, doing the bone meal, and using the tree traps to harvest all of the sap that I can. Now, again, usually you don't harvest all of it. Usually you leave the one empty black bit to recover so that you can harvest the tree again, but since I'm just chopping down these trees, no big deal. I'll finish replanting the rest of my extra rubber tree saplings. I got 29 of them so far, and as you can see, I got about almost 2 stacks of rubber and 2 stacks of rubber wood, so that should be good enough. I'll be right back after I planted these trees. Okay, we're back, and as you can see, I've planted my 29 rubber trees basically in a pretty standard pattern. They're separated by 3 blocks each in just a square pattern. These things will grow over time and provide us with a good stable source of rubber. Oh, look at that. One grew right on camera. Excellent. All right, but now we have a big problem. We have no copper. I think I've got like 24 copper bars downstairs. I haven't gone into MystCraft or any other mod to help us with copper. So really we only have, as I see it, 4 options. We're on an island with no significant hills. So obviously our first option is build a boat, go exploring. Our second option really is to go into the Twilight Forest and try and mine there. Don't really like that option, it's kind of scary. We do have enchanted armor, but I would rather go in there with better armor. Our third option would be to use MystCraft and do a whole bunch of research to the point where we can transmute iron into copper. That's going to take some time, and I probably should start MystCraft and get ourselves a wand and start down that path. But again, it's not really appealing. So our fourth option, really, is to delve into MystCraft and see if we can't find a MystCraft age, either by luck or creative mode, to help us with mining. Now, I would like to have a proper mining age in MystCraft. Unfortunately, I'm a bit of a completist, and I would really prefer to be that mining age to be the first age I create, but that would mean cheating using creative mode to get the appropriate pages, because there's no way we're going to be able to get those pages in any significant amount of time. So I've decided to do that. I'm going to use creative mode and grab the appropriate pages from a creative mode MystCraft book. And so let's get started with creating the necessary infrastructure for MystCraft. I'm going to get some materials for that, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and after many interruptions, we've finally got everything we need for MystCraft to get a good start on MystCraft. So basically, this is what you're going to want. First, we need a writing desk, which, as you can see, requires some wood, a feather, and a glass bottle. Next thing you'll need is a bookbinder, which again is some wood and some iron. Pretty basic stuff. The next thing I got was a creative spawned notebook. Now you can't get this through any eye, you must use the creative tabs to get this. If you actually put it in your inventory and open it, you can see that it will have one of every MystCraft page in it, and there are a large number of MystCraft pages. We're only going to use this once to create our initial mining age. The other thing you'll need is a standard notebook. This is what's used to create a collection of pages, which you then put in a bookbinder to create a descriptive book, which will be used to go to your age. You also need some leather, some standard books, some ink vials, which can be made from ink sacs and water bottles, and some paper, which, as you know, is made from either sugarcane or wood chips, or it looks like a couple of other things. Okay, so let's get started here. First thing you'll want to do is put down your writing desk and your bookbinder. In this case, I'm just going to put it right here for now. We'll put the writing desk right there, and I'll put the bookbinder right beside it. So the way the writing desk works is basically you take any number of notebooks that have descriptive pages in them, and you put it over in one of these slots here so you can look at the pages. The other thing you need is you need to put paper up in this slot and ink files over in this slot. It'll fill the writing desk up with ink, at which point you can right click any of these. For instance, I'll right click clear modifiers and it will make a copy of the clear modifiers page and put it, in this case we want to put it in our notebook. Okay, so we should have put the notebook there. We're going to put the notebook down here. The other thing you can do is you can just put your pages into your notebook manually, which is what I've done there. So we're going to put this notebook over here, and interestingly enough, we're going to call it Mining Age. You can name it. And we're going to take it out, put it back in, and just, there we go, clear modifiers. So there should be 2 clear modifiers pages in there, and there are, which is excellent. So I will be right back with a list of all the pages we need for this particular mining age. Okay, we're back, and I just noted it's Notch's birthday today. Happy birthday, Notch. Anyways, here we are. Here's our notebook with all of our pages. I'll just review them for you so that you can see what we're kind of going after. Basically, I want to do a 3 biome, extreme hills edge, and extreme jungle biome. This will get us a nice bit of jungle, a nice bit of hills well above our our 45 to 55 range for mining copper, plus the extreme hills and extreme hills edge give us emeralds, which is really good to have. I'm going to size the biomes at medium, I'm going to use standard terrain, and then I always put clear modifiers after all the terrain, just in case. Next we'll have normal lighting, normal moon, normal stars, normal sun, and I decided to go with no weather. A lot of our mining machines are going to be solar in nature, and although we are doing a day-night cycle, I figured having rain would just be annoying. So it does mean we won't be able to generate electricity via wind power or lightning, but that's okay. And again, clear modifiers. Then down for features, I decided to do the standard caves, dungeons, mine shafts. Obelisks is one of the new ones. It just creates some interesting obelisks, which are made out of obsidian, I believe. Ravines, normal. Villages, because we want to find some villagers. And again, clear modifiers. And that's about it. So except for the no weather and obelisks, we're not really doing anything too fancy here. Which is good because I don't really want to cheat that much. So next thing we need to do is we need to go to our book binder, and we'll need to put some leather in, and then we need to use our notebook and right click to get all the pages from the notebook placed into the book binder, which you'll notice will create a descriptive book. We'll then name this as Jungle Mining Age, and then when we pull out the descriptive book, you'll notice it used a bit of leather and took all the pages away. If we now look inside this descriptive book, it's named Jungle Mining Age, and there's all of our symbols in hopefully the appropriate order, and they are. Now, one of the things I like to do is you can create book stands. So we're going to create a couple of those, and if I'm not mistaken, they're created like so. So let's create a couple of those, and I'm going to put my empty notebook, which is this guy, back here. I'm just going to call it notebook for now. Now, the other thing you need when traveling through MystCraft Ages is linking books. For now, I'm going to put my book stands over here. I'll just lay them out nicely. Without a linking book specifically linked to this world, we're going to have a difficult time getting back. So I'm going to create my linking book for this world, which I will take back here, and we're going to actually name it. Oh, it's already named the overworld, so we'll leave it with that name. And we're going to put our descriptive book into our book stand. We're going to click it, and we're going to click right in this area here, and we're going to hope that we get a normal, calm age with no diseases or other stuff. And it looks like we did. I don't see anything special going on. It is dark out. So probably one of the things we should first do is, interestingly enough, we need to craft a crafting table because I didn't bring any book stands with me. So let's get that over with. Get some book stands. So we'll put some book stands down. I usually put more than I need just because. Put our linking book down, there's our overworld, and now we have a way back. Just out of curiosity, I am going to bring the map up and see what we can see. Looks like we have a fair jungle to our left and south and north. Excuse me, right. And otherwise it looks like a pretty good mining world. We'll probably start mining relatively quickly. But first I'm going to go to the overworld and we're going to get a bed, and I will be right back. Okay, so we're back in our mining age, and the first thing I notice after sleeping is that we seem to have two suns setting in different directions. So I thought I created a stable world, and it certainly seems to be a fairly stable age, but there are definitely two suns, so just be aware that sometimes you get little instabilities like that. Hopefully we don't find any more. Thankfully we're not having any debuffs, so that's a big thing. Last thing you want in your mining age is a bunch of debuffs. So that second sun has already set. So that actually might bode well for doing solar. Having two suns, definitely will keep it nice and bright for longer. So hopefully that'll be good. Now, the reason, of course, we created this mining age is not only to mine, but to solve our copper issue, which right now we're having great difficulties with copper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to return to the overworld and get our mining turtles out and start mining some of these hills out for copper. So the next time you see me, hopefully we'll have a couple of stacks of copper, and we'll be able to use that to really create some engines and get some really good power going. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. And we haven't started mining yet because we got interrupted. As I was digging this little square area out in one of the chunks, I got attacked by a Thaumcraft wisp. And you may not notice it because it's pretty small, but as you can see right there in the jungle, there looks to be, like right close to us, a Thaumcraft altar. So we need to get up there really quickly and disable that spawner. Otherwise it's going to present us with quite a challenge, and it's just a challenge getting up there, it seems. Yep. Alright. Got a nerd pole up there. And evidently right around here, yeah, there it is right there. This is a Thaumcraft altar. You can already hear it. Yeah, there's the wisp. I need to very quickly destroy this center block, and that's going to be a challenge because the wisp keeps zapping me. And there's the spawner, and the spawner's gone. And what do we get for our troubles? Not much. We got a saddle, some wheat, gunpowder, and material emancipation grid, and some other things. You'll notice as well, I did create some hunter's backpacks. We'll come back here later once that wisp is gone. Oh, there he is there. I wonder if I can kill him. Can I kill him? I got a hit in. Oh boy, that's going to be dangerous. Oh boy, I don't want to jump down there. Gotta be careful. Low on health here, low on food. I really should eat. This guy. If he comes down, he's going to be annoying. Also, the nice thing is jungles have cats, and there's a cat right there. I should probably go fishing and tame him, but I don't think I will. So, yes, we successfully disabled that Thaumcraft altar, so hopefully those whips won't bother us. Unfortunately, we didn't get much for it, and we don't have any wood to make a chest, so probably that's the first thing I should do is get some chests in this area. But I'm going to lay down my miners, my turtles, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to mine out this entire chunk here just by using the excavate program, which if you haven't seen it before, basically what you do is excavate, and in this case I'll do 1 just to show you what it looks like. Well, in fact, I think I'll do it in the center. So where's my center? My center is probably here. 1, 2. Let's put in there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, sure enough. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the edge is 8. So if we put one here, we go excavate 1. What he's going to do is he's going to dig straight down to bedrock, and then he'll return and dump all the stuff. It's a fairly easy way of safely excavating all the way to the bottom. You can see, I'll just edge closer, see he's going down there pretty good. It doesn't cost a lot in materials either. I usually do 1 because that way he only does a single block. However, you can as you can see, enter a diameter, and he will excavate out that diameter, which is pretty cool if you want to dig a really big hole. In this case, I don't. Oh, and I can hear that wisp again. Where is he? Yeah, see, there he is right there, little bugger. And he's up in the air, and I can't, and with my current tech level with bows and arrows, I can't really do much about him, so I'm just going to have to let him go. And we're going to see if there's any other spawners on the map. I can't really see anything that looks like an altar, obviously, except for that one. There may be some in that jungle that we don't know about yet, so hopefully, yeah, there we go. He returned and he emptied out his inventory, and unfortunately his inventory fell to the bottom of the pit. Not smart. So we're going to have to wait here. Anyways, I shall return once we've finished doing some more mining and safely gone down that hole. Okay, we're back, and I just thought I'd set up 8 of our turtles to show you exactly what I'm doing as far as open pit strip mining is concerned. Basically, I've completed almost an entire chunk. I'm just working on the last bits of it, and we're going to set off these turtles, and you'll get to see what it looks like. It's kind of cool, actually. I thought I'd just record this. I've set them all up so I can hit return really quickly. Basically, all I'm doing is executing an excavate 1 command. The chests behind the turtles are where the turtles will place their inventory. I happen to be riding this one down because he's also getting rid of my ladders for me. So that'll be pretty cool. As you can see, there are a fair amount of resources getting exposed, which is good. I've also dug out some, there's some bees there, there's one there, there's another guy right there that you just passed. And as you can see, my computer's getting a little chunky. I blame that on Java. Java is not the most efficient engine. I don't care what anybody says. I can tab out and my computer's perfectly fine, but I can still bring Minecraft to its knees. So we really need some better coding in Java. That's just, unfortunately, just the way it is. As you can see, these guys are now returning to the surface, having hit the ground. You can also see the effects of flat bedrock. I'm not sure if I like that mod. I'll step off here. It makes all the bedrock completely flat. One layer below this is the void. Of course, you can't break through it. And there's all the turtles slowly returning to the surface. So that's basically, for all intents and purposes, that's an semi-efficient way to strip mine. It does take not a lot of effort on your part to actually dig, but you do have to set up the turtles. I'm probably not doing it the most efficient way because I'm using Excavate 1, Excavate 2, 3, or probably 4 is maybe the most efficient way. I'm thinking Excavate 2 is probably the best simply because you don't want to fill up the turtle before it reaches the surface. Anyways, that's about it. I will finish this up and we'll be right back with the results of digging out a single chunk. Okay, we're back, and as you can see, we've finished digging out this one chunk. It's a 14 by 14 area, so it's not quite one chunk exactly. I left one block layer in between everything else, but effectively, it's what I need. So we've got a good starting area for our open pit mine. I've put down a staircase lined with fencing and torches just so that we can have a nice easy way down. Gives us access to all the sides as well. We can branch out from there. And if I lined it up correctly, which I won't be able to do, it almost looks like an Escher painting. Kind of cool. Anyways, let's take a look and see what we got for all that effort. As you can see, we got almost 3 barrels, well, basically 2 barrels of cobble, some sandstone, some dirt, and almost 2 stacks of iron, which will be 4 stacks once we mine it or mill it, process it. Some gold, some tin, a stack of copper, which is really great. That'll be 2 stacks of bars. And some other stuff, various different metals, some zirconium, the earth shard, which because we're where we are with hills and jungle, I expect most of our shards are going to be earth, a hammer, some uranium, our first emeralds, which is great, some tool gems, and various other stuff of not really any consequence. That's not really surprising, although I am surprised I got a full stack of copper out of a single chunk, so that's pretty good. It looks like it's about time to go. So this episode we managed to get our ore processing up and running and dig out our first chunk in our brand new mining age. As well, I've also managed to get my first zombie brain. So we're probably going to get into Thaumcraft soon. I also managed to get my first ender pearl, which is great. We'll need more of those. As well, we created some backpacks. These are out of Forestry. The recipes are pretty easy, and they really help with storage when you're out mining and adventuring, etc., etc. So please like, subscribe, and leave any comments or suggestions. This has been episode 6 of the ManuFactory with Malakosa, and I'm signing out.